Hey guys, welcome back to The Dive. Thanks so much for tuning in last week. Was really excited to show you guys some of the details behind creating drifties and how we create tech packs. There was an overwhelming response and a lot of questions about that process for people who are, starting their own business and just really interested in apparel. So we're excited to carry this on and this week talk to you guys a little bit more about colorways. It's really not as easy as it looks, just picking, random colors on the palette. We have to think about what's worked in the past, what the competitive landscape is looking like, and then of course, choosing colors for the future. So what I want to show you guys is how there's back and forth between us and the manufacturers once we decide those colors to really dig in and make sure that we're pinpointing exactly how they should look. So let's check it out. Now, last segment, we talked quickly about how we give this artwork straight to the manufacturer, where we've actually colored the drawings through the computer. But what's critical is that we provide them Pantone codes so that they're able to match this straight to the fabric so that it looks as close to what we're seeing on the computer and what we envisioned on the actual materials. And the way that we're able to do that is through a Pantone TCX code. Now, TCX is a color code within Pantone that specifically applies to fabric, fashions, and interiors. And so we would take, for example, this color of these trunks, plug it straight into this software and convert it. And you can find and scroll through some of the closest options and the best matches that actually seem aligned with what you're seeing on the computer and what you can envision the trunk to have. So once we send that artwork off to the manufacturer in the form of those TCX codes, we wait a little bit of time while they're working on what are called lab dips. And that's essentially when they're taking a blank or a white piece of fabric and doing their best to match it to those color codes that we sent them. They'll end up sending it to us in the form of swatches, and they usually do it in a few different versions so that we can decide which one we like best. But it comes in these little square blocks, and they won't just do it for the fabric of the trunks. They will also apply it towards the zippers, towards the drawstrings, towards the transfer logo or heat transfer logo that's on the trunks, along with inside of the waistband. So it really is super dialed because it's critical to get all those colors matching and exactly what we're looking for. Once we've approved those colors, we're pretty much good to go from there. But I don't want to downplay the importance of sifting through those small square swatches, because there have been instances in the past where we've realized that once the color is put on a full piece of fabric in the form of our drifties, the color thins out a little bit. So you actually want to make sure that you're almost going for a little bit darker of a color than you imagined when you're looking at the swatches, because again, when you really get it on the full trunks, it can end up looking slightly differently than you really imagined the whole piece looking all together. So a little more insight for you guys on our colorways. We will be back in the coming weeks with some more details on the other aspects of creating drifties. Thanks for staying tuned.